Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. You're all super duper wonderful, super duper beautiful and super duper delish, okay? And I hope that you're all having a super duper time wherever you are in the world and that life is treating you oh so deliciously, okay? And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, okay? And I hope that you too are having a super duper delicious time wherever you are in the world. So much love to you all. I send lots of hugs and kisses to you all, okay? Now then, my weather in my neck of the woods in the old UK. Oh, what do we do first, my delicious babies? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, okay? There we go, my juicy little lads. They're so super duper bright. Thank you, little lads. Okay, now then, getting back to the matter in hand. It is sunny today in my neck of the woods in the old UK, my delicious babies. So what do we sing? The sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray, okay? But it is cold, okay, my delicious babies? So it's just to let you know, and it is dry. Still rather damp, but it is dry, okay? So that's something, isn't it? Anyway, nevertheless, I mean, we do need water, don't we? Do you understand what I mean? So we should never moan about that either. Of course, it just depends what type of water is, you know, raindrops keep falling on my head. Just depends what type of water with the old zuzums. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so I've got a number of bits of information, okay, before I just have a quick little natter, sorry, okay. So I'm going to make a start. So let's start from the bottom up, shall we? Okay, bottoms up and all that jazz. Right, now then, so, and sorry, see, I keep flipping forgetting this. Before I start, I'm really sorry, my delicious little babies. I flipping forget all the time, don't I? If you do happen to enjoy my video today, okay, if you could please click on the like, okay, and thank you once again for all of the likes that I've received. Although yesterday evening, and I just have to mention this to you all, of my delicious and wonderful little babies that you are, I noticed that, you know, I had likes on certain videos, and that was my readings as well, yes. And then a while after, my delicious little babies, yes, well then, I then noticed that they'd been removed. Okay, so anyway, we know what's going on here, don't we, my delicious little babies, yes. Anyway, not to worry, yes. So, you know, just thought I'd let you know. So thank you for those of you delicious and wonderful little babies who did click on the like, okay, but unfortunately something else seems to be removing them, which of course, my delicious babies, is beyond my control, so I'm really awfully sorry about that, okay, but I'm just letting you know that I am aware that you did kindly leave me a like, okay, and please and thank you for all of the support throughout the year, okay, because a couple of days ago, flipping forgot, didn't I, again? A couple of days ago was actually a year to the day when I actually started my YouTube videos, okay, 19th of December, okay? So let's take a look now, right? So, yes, and for those of you, my delicious little babies, you know, if you do happen to stumble across my videos, you do happen to enjoy them, if you could please click on the subscribe. For others of you, please feel free to comment, and for others of you, please feel free to share my videos with those who you feel may have an interest in my videos, okay? Because what it is, I do give out as much information as what I can, which helps some of our delicious and wonderful little babies out there, you know, just makes their life easier, just to, you know, go on to something, you know, and find out information. Do you understand what I mean? All that I'm here for, not to be disrespectful, not to be patronistic or anything like that. That's not why I'm here, or to be rude. It's just, you know, to educate. Okay, my delicious little babies. So let's start from the bottom up, shall we? So the first one of today, YouTube, my delicious little babies, yes. And if you could please type in Russia, okay, reveals Antarctica is not what we have been told. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'll repeat that once more. Russia reveals Antarctica is not what we have been told. So it is on YouTube, and if you look in the little subscribe box, okay, it should say Tech, T for Thomas, E for Echo, C for Charlie, H for Harry, Tech Rewind. Okay, my delicious little babies. So it would be very interesting that, you see, there's always a reason why I say and do things, okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So in case for those of you who happen to stumble across me, okay, you've never seen me before, my delicious little babies, well, there's always a reason why I say what I'm saying, okay, and I do like to give on my videos as many as possible food for thought, okay. Now, talking about this, okay, I have to be careful of what I say, but there was a gentleman actually, and I heard about this a very long time ago actually, as it so happened, right? And he was talking about that there's two, this is really hard for me to explain now, my delicious babies, okay, so I'm just going to explain it the best way I can. That there's two sets of water, okay? Well, of course, I do believe, God bless him, well, I do believe he's not alive anymore. Odd that, isn't it, my delicious little babies, yes? So, the thing is, obviously, everybody, all delicious babies in the world, globally, you know, whoever stumbles across me, everybody has their own take, but some of these comments, actually, on this video, are very interesting. You know, you have got a lot of, you know, who, do you understand what I mean, are really sparing a thought for these things, so it's interesting to read the comments as well, my delicious little babies, yes, please and thank you. So that's the first one. So it's just, do you see what I mean? I mean, obviously it's open to question why these things are coming out now. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, if you follow what I'm saying, okay? Anyway, nothing personal to Russia, by the way. I did not mean it like that, okay? I'm just saying, it's amazing how things come out and how certain things can stay on YouTube, if you follow me, my delicious little babies, and then, of course, other things cannot. Strange, isn't it? Right, now then, it's the second piece of information, my delicious little babies. It is in YouTube again, and if you could please type in, and thank you, a broken army. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So it's on YouTube, and in the subscribe, it should say Jeff Taylor, okay? So, you know, again, I mean, I personally like this gentleman, not in that way, my delicious little babies, and I like his, you know, his friend and work colleague, you know, Richard, we hear his voice, yes? So we see our dear Jeff, but we hear dear Richard's voice, yes? But they do work extremely well. There we go, before I even say it. They work extremely well together, okay? And yeah, this is really important, actually. It may not seem it, my delicious little babies, but it is very important, actually, seeing as they want to stick flipping old chips in our flipping noddles. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? I know what I'm talking about here, yes? And of course, you know, wanting to get rid of all of, what's it called, petrol and diesel. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? You have to hear the video to get where I'm coming from here, yes? And just to let you know about the previous one, that piece of information to do with the Russia reveals Antarctica, yes? Well, I mean, could it be that's another reason for that video staying up is because it keeps mentioning climate change. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? So it's just, again, what this is all about, my delicious little babies, yes, for some of you, not for all of you, is it's all about listening very carefully. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, yes. Next piece of information. So this is we're, yes, all, okay, effed. okay? Because, you know, as you all very well know, my delicious little babies, I've got nothing against swearing. I mean, we've all swore at some time, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? If we've got peed off with something. But the way that you would need to type it in would be, you know, F for Freddy, then star, K for kitten, E for echo, D for delta, okay? So, you know, F star, K for kitten, E for echo, D for delta, okay? On YouTube again, if you look down in the subscribe, my delicious babies, it's actually, his name is Andrew Lawrence, okay? Now, what it is with him, I'm just ticking everything off, my delicious babies, as I go along. Now, what it is with this gentleman, I mean, he does short little videos, yes, but he's very much your man there, okay, where he just gets to the point. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So it's all about these videos that I'm talking about today, which I'll talk about on, you know, when I give out other information. It's, you know, it's for you to sort of get a take on all different things, yes, and different topics, subjects, and, you know, lots of different things, so that obviously you can then, you know, come to your own conclusions. Do you see, my delicious little babies, now then? So the next one, my delicious little babies, is and this is actually on BitChute, okay, all one word, okay, shoot with a C, not a H. China, okay, so if you it's just a case of just, you know, on Google or DuckDuckGo, just typing in BitChute, you know, going onto their site, yes. And then just as you scroll down, you should come across, you know, the, you know, whoever uploaded the video, sorry, and you should see where it says B for Bertie, N for November, and then N for November again, okay, so BNN, okay, so that's what you're looking for, okay, my delicious babies, please and thank you. And this particular video is to do with our lovely and wonderful David Icke, not in that way, everybody, okay? Basically, what this is talking about is, and the title of this is China is the blueprint for the world, okay? And it's BitChute, David Icke, BNN. Okay, so again, you know, because that's a video that's a while old. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? Yes, because I've followed David Icke, our lovely David Icke, for years. Yes, I have. Okay, and I know others who also do the same. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, and actually, to be honest with you, also my dad does as well. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So that's another video. Now, I'd also like to just say to you, my delicious little babies, because I just want to give out all this information now just before Crimbo, do you know what I mean? Yes. If I've got other bits of information, you know, as we're leading up towards the end of December, then of course, as you all very well know, my delicious little babies, I will give it out, yes. But please do not forget, my delicious little babies, the Duran, our lovely and delicious Duran, okay? They're on YouTube, Locals, BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, Telegram, and Rockfin. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. Now, they've just done a video, actually, yesterday, because I think this gentleman's wonderful. In fact, I think they're all wonderful. Our lovely Alexander Mercury's, my beautiful Alex Christopher, as you all very well know, okay? And this other lovely gentleman, and of course, you know, not in that way about, you know, about our Alexander Mercuris or this gentleman I'm going to mention now, but of course my Alex Christopher, that's a different level, do you understand what I mean? Anyway, right, so, sorry, I've just had to come out with that. Oh, anyway, right, but they're actually having an interview on a serious note. Okay, with and he's Robert Barnes, okay, and you know, in America, and he too is on Locals. What's he under now? Viva, Viva, Barnes, Law, Roberts. Anyway, right, if you go on to the Duran, My Delicious Little Babies, you'll actually see in the little box, you know, because they're all, you know, having a discussion about different things, and you'll actually see, okay, but he's on locals, and he's a lovely gentleman as well. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So, you know, and they're just so lovely. Do you understand what I mean? It's just lovely to hear all different things. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Because I'm very much into that, you know. And I obviously as well like to talk, you know, listen and talk to. So I like to talk to anybody who talks common sense, and I like to also listen to anybody who talks common sense. Do you see what I mean? Because as we very well know, you know, on all different platforms, you know, you are going to have, you know, do forgive, so I do apologise, but flipping crocs are shite. Do you understand what I mean? So you only want to listen to those where, you know, they're speaking the truth. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? Yes? So that's that. I do not feel that I've missed anybody out, because I just tried to do, you know, on different videos. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Now, I thought I'd leave this dear gentleman till last now. So this is the last piece of information. And this dear gentleman's been on my mind for a few days. And I thought, you know what, yes. Now, very sadly, sorry, this dear gentleman passed away in 2019, apparently, from the old COVID. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Coronavirus, yes? Anyway, and so you know, they just word it as coronavirus, yeah? Yes. Now, this dear gentleman, this is really important now. It's just amazing. It's almost as if dear spirit, you know, who I love so wonderfully, they brought our dear David to the front, you know, Robert, sorry, to the front of my mind. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, sometimes you have to go a bit back in time to go forward in time. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious baby? So what you need to be, the best way to type this in is Robert, okay, so God bless him, and I hope that he's resting in peace. Well, I'm sure his dear self, God bless him, the same as our dear, beautiful, dear loved ones who have all passed and everything. You know, they're more than likely probably looking down and thinking what a complete flipping mess globally we're flipping in at the moment. God bless them all, yes. But if you please just type in, whether it's Google or DuckDuckGo, okay? Robert, please and thank you. Robert David Steele. Now it's Steele with an E on the end, okay, my delicious babies, yes. And BitChute, and what you're actually looking for, my delicious little babies, yes, is XCIA, you know, C for Charlie, I for Indigo, A for Apple, yes, officer. So it's XCIA officer, okay? Robert Steele says they have everything they need to bring down the deep state. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes? Or you could just type in Robert David Steele, and then just please just type that in, you know, BitChute, and then XCIA officer Robert Steele says they have everything they need to bring down the deep state. Okay, my delicious babies, please and thank you. Now, this dear gentleman, when I very first come across him, I'll tell you when I very first come across him, when I was watching our lovely Not In That Way as well, everybody, okay? And neither about Robert, God bless her. I don't mean it in that way. It's just that with me, my delicious babies, can I just please explain something to you? And I feel the need to do this now, because this is on my old noddle, yes? What it is, I was brought up with a man. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? And then, of course, you know, in my role, you know, my jobs, yes, I was around a lot of businessmen. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? So this is nothing personal. I have an extremely small circle of my beautiful and wonderful and delicious little friends. How I love you also, okay? But what it is, I relate to men far more. Okay, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's the tomboy in me or something like that, okay? I do not have much time, and this is not being disrespectful to you, my delicious little babies, yes? But, and of course, you know, I'll always speak to dear ladies. Do you understand what I mean? If I'm out walking or anything like that, yes? But I just relate to men more. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So, but that's nothing personal against dear ladies, okay? I'm just saying, you know, that's why a lot of the information that I give is usually to do with males. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? Yes, I just get along better. Do you see what I mean? I'm just speaking the truth now in front of the camera, my delicious little babies, yes? And of course, I'm not talking about my wonderful and delicious baby subscribers. Do you understand what I'm saying? Please do not take me the wrong way there. It's just, I just get along with men better than I do with women. And I'm going to be honest, you know, I mean, I do get along with women and ladies. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But anyway, I'm not just going to go on about it anymore, because otherwise, you know, because I did not mean anything offensively, okay? Now then, so when I first come across our lovely Robert David Steele, yes, it was actually on our lovely Dr. Charlie Ward, .com, okay, and he did an awful lot of interviews with our lovely Charlie Ward. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes. And when you first listen to him, I've got to be honest, right? So sorry, I'm so sorry, dear Robert, okay? God bless you. Yes, I hope you're well. You know, when you first listen to him, it can be, you know, come across as like rather stern, if you know what I mean. So I wasn't sure at the beginning, but then as I started to get used to him, and when he was having these conversations, you know, the two lovely gentlemen and our lovely Charlie Ward, lovely Robert David Steele, you know, I sort of was starting to understand him more. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? But at first, when you very first listened to him, on his earlier conversations, he can come across as a bit stern, but as you got to know, and he done so much research, everybody, my delicious little babies, yes? I mean, a very flipping clever gentleman in this, yes, a very clever gentleman indeed. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, in fact, all of these dear gentlemen are all, you know, super duper clever. Do you understand what, there we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But this is a very interesting gentleman to listen to, please, please. And I beg you with the Lord of mercy, at least for most of you delicious little babies out there, please just, could you please just take that time just to listen to our lovely Robert David Steele? Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes. Please do excuse me. I've just got to go in with my dryer. Please and thank you. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry about that, my delicious little babies. 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads. Now then, I'm very sorry about that, my delicious little babies. I've just had to, you know, with my dryer and just, you know, click it back on again. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes? So, yes, our lovely Robert David Steele, a lovely gentleman, so knowledgeable. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Now, for some of you delicious little babies out there, you would have heard of this dear gentleman, but for other delicious little babies, you would not, okay? But a very interesting gentleman indeed. So if you look back on our lovely, you know, because they're both lovely, not in that way, our lovely drcharlieward.com. Okay, or like I said, you could go on to BitChute, and all you have to just look for is our lovely Robert David Steele, okay? You will actually get, my delicious little babies, a world of information, okay? So that's everything ticked off. And may our lovely Robert David Steele, may he, God bless him, you know, rest in peace. Now then, because I was actually really sad, everybody, my delicious little babies, when I heard of his passing, you know. I really felt really sad about that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Anyway, so because just a great mind, isn't it? You know what I mean. Anyway, so let me just talk about something else very quickly. So, and thank you for even taking the time, my delicious babies, for those of you to even listen to my video today, okay? And also, you know, if you please just do take the time to look at, you know, if you can only look at, there we go, if I even say some of the videos, do you know what I mean? If you cannot look at them all, okay, please just try and look at some of them, yes? Now, I was talking to this dear gentleman this afternoon when I was out walking my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday, and his dear mum, you know, God bless her, and his dear dad, God bless him. Well, you know, well, they seemed to have, what did he call it, God bless him, the lurgy, okay, which is cold, okay, the flu, yes. Now, I happened, you know, to be saying the other day, anyway, if you go back on one of my recent videos, my delicious babies, you'll hear yourself, okay? And God bless them, you know, took the old jab, and now they've got the flu. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So, and of course, something that I'm really not too sure if I've ever mentioned this, but I used to have a beautiful and wonderful dear friend, okay, and how I love her so, okay, and she passed away some years ago now. We were dear friends for over 20 years, my delicious little babies, yes. Now, I remember many moons ago, right, because she used to dread, I'm sure I must have mentioned it on a video months ago, I don't know, it sort of rings a bell. Anyway, get back to the matter in hand. And she used to absolutely dread the old flu jab. Because for days, she was so poorly, everybody, my delicious little babies, really flipping, and I mean poorly, okay? In fact, her dear husband, okay, and that's what I was meaning to say. So, you know, I hope he's well as well, God bless him, yes. Well, he got called into the hospital one night, okay, and she had to have, what was it, 11-hour operation or something, because she'd developed blood clots in her leg, my delicious little babies, okay. Now, even all those decades ago, do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Well, I mean, God bless her, but she used to spend more time in flipping hospital than she did out. And I remember, anyway, she did come through that, my delicious little babies, yes, but she had a scar up her leg. I mean, you're talking flipping from the bottom right to the top. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? You know, and God bless her, you know, what she went through was just absolutely horrendous, my delicious little babies, yes. But, so God love her. But then, you see, because I used to go and visit her sometimes, you know, after work, when I used to, you know, go to the hospital to go and visit her, yes. And she'd be right by the nurse's station, my delicious little babies, right? And all her eyes were all glazed. She never even recognised who I was, my delicious little babies, yes. So I said to your woman there, your nurse, and I turned around and I said, and I want to mention this now, my delicious little babies. I don't know, something's making me mention. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? So I said to your nurse there, your woman there, I said, what's wrong with my beautiful dear friend? I said, she doesn't even recognise who I am. Her eyes are all glazed. She said, oh, that's how she... I said, no, it isn't. I said, what you've done, I said, you drugged her up to the flipping eyeballs. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, right? Now, my beautiful dear friend, you know, of all those years, I mean, she used to have an oxygen in her home, okay? And, you know, God love her, and they wanted her to have 16 hours of oxygen a day. Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, my delicious little babies, yes? But, I mean, she even got to the point herself, God love her, and this is a dear lady now who used to have 3 jobs before she became poorly. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies out there, yes? And then, of course, when she became poorly, God love her, you know, she just could not work anymore. Do you see what I mean? She had severe asthma and everything, and, you know, I mean, the amount of heart attacks, God bless her, and stroke she had. Do you see what I mean? But anyway, and a lot of that, just to let you all know, my delicious little babies, was to do with asbestos. Okay? So, anyway, I know what I'm talking about anyway. So, my point in it all is, she even said herself, she said, you know, she said, Mia, I just feel, there we go, before I even say it, she said, I just feel like I'm just existing and not living. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? And yet, you know, the most beautiful dear lady you could ever wish to meet in your life, and a dear husband. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Anyway, he knew me from when I was 11 anyway, from when I was a young bairn. Do you see what I mean? But I haven't seen him of late, because I tried to tell him, you know, at the start of the old pandemic, and I tried to tell him, I said, do not fall for this. And believe it or not, he's an ex-old Bill, an ex-SAS. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? But of course, you know, God bless him, he just, very sadly, like we've been experiencing, very sadly, you know, believed every flipping word. Do you see what I mean? So I thought there's no point talking about it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Because sometimes, as much as I'm patient, I run out of flipping patience. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So, yeah, so, you know, just all of these things, I don't know. And of course, they used to give my beautiful and wonderful little friend all these different medications. Look at that, everybody, my delicious little babies. Do you see, are you following what I'm saying to you? Yes. But to this day, well, anyway, I have my own thoughts. Okay, so anyway, so that's the video, my delicious little babies. So yes, I just wanted to remember her. I remember her anyway, God bless her, you know. I say good morning, say good night to all of my, you know, dear beautiful loved ones, dear beautiful family members, and beautiful dear little ancestors, you know, and our beautiful dear little spirit guides and angels. Do you understand what I mean? I always say good morning and good night. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because for those of us here, okay, because I know that, you know, for some, everybody has different feelings about things, yes, but I like to remember everybody who I've ever known in my life, who for one sad reason or another is no longer with us. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So I just like to keep them alive in my way. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, must never be forgotten. Okay, and for a lot of our beautiful and delicious little babies out there, I'm sure that you feel the same as well. Okay, so I wasn't saying it to upset or hurt or offend anybody. Okay, anyway, so that's my video really. So we can only hope that the dear lady and gentleman, God bless them, you know, that they get better soon. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So anyway, on that note, okay, thank you so very much for listening once again. Okay, now until my next video, please have a wonderful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, my delicious little babies. And please go on to the Duran shop, 10% off. You know, I haven't got me good day mug actually. It's in the kitchen. I've got my other cup at the moment. Okay, I sort of alternate my cups. Do you see what I mean? Please, if you can pop on there, because, you know, they have lots of different tops and everything, okay? And caps and things like that, yes? Pretty cool, actually. Well, very cool, okay? So, until my next video, okay? Lots of love, sending you loads of hugs, okay? And God bless to you all, all right? You just look after yourselves, yes? So until the next time, God bless, much love, take care, thank you, goodbye.